right, we'll get started. My name's April, and welcome. If you're coming back, welcome back, and if you're new, welcome. This is going to be strength training, strength stretch, kind of like calisthenics. You're using your body weight. So for the workout, I've got a chair with me right here. We're all going to be kind of utilizing a chair. I will give you options though, if you're coming away from a chair or if you're using a chair, because there'll be different options. I wanted to share some information. It'll only take 1 minute. I like to share information that's helped me in my journey. Sometimes when you hit a wall with like pharmaceutical help, or when you're dealing with something going on in your body, like a flu bug or anything that you're dealing with, we all deal with things like in our body. There's natural resources that can help. Sometimes when you, and I don't discard like Western medicine as far as pharmaceutical, because I'm on 3 prescription medicines, but sometimes a natural substance can help something when a pharmaceutical product can't. So I'm going to just list, and I'll give you a minute if you want to grab a pen and paper. I have a list of a few things that you can treat with natural things, and you can always go back and watch the video too and read these. So you can find a vitamin shop or local shop in your town. Usually we have a vitamin shop here in Fuquay, and there's also one in Raleigh, so you're finding those places popping up more. The first one on here is barberry berberine, and that's a blood sugar. You'll find that in blood sugar control. I take berberine every day when I take one when I eat. It helps balance your blood sugar. It's a natural thing. If you are looking for liver and digestion, Yellow Dock is a resource. Red clover for menopause. Boneset for flu, Bonisset. Blue vervain for a nerve soother. It's blue vervain, Vervain. It's also an anti-anxiety. There is one called Elecampane, Elecampane, and that is a lung healer and antimicrobial. A couple more, and it's a slow healer. It says that it's not an instantaneous thing. It takes a little bit of time and work, but with the Elecampane you can heal lung. Oregano and grape oil for skin, grapeseed oil. So those are just some natural things you can like ask your natural health shop about, and we'll get started. So we're going to start seated. If you have a chair and you're coming from a chair, you're welcome to take that. I have friends that for mobility issues or for whatever reason they can't come to the floor, so we can use a chair. And so yeah, that's a great thing to do, is to move. We're going to move what we can where we're at, use what we have. So I'm coming to the floor. We're going to sit in a comfortable seated position in your chair. Just find what feels good and comfortable to you. Once we're there, we're going to get right into loosening up our hips and our sides, because they can get super tight. I have a very creaky floor too, so please ignore it. The creak is the floor. So we're going to go around town with these hips. We keep a lot of stress in our hips. The body keeps the score. When we have trauma and stress, we can keep it in our body, and our hips can really get a hold of some stress. We're going to reverse the other way. So we're going to get rid of that right off the gate, right out the bat. Creaky floor. Good. Now we're going to shoot our feet straight out. If you're in your chair, the same thing. If you're coming from your chair. And we're going to just do some kind of good morning. So you're just going to kind of reach toward the toes, and then nice and tall, bring your chest up, open your heart a little bit at the top, and then again reach for the toes, and then nice and tall, we open our heart space. This is also going to release our back quite a bit, which will feel really good. Good. Reach. Good. And let's go ahead and go down and just let the arms hang over the legs. If you have a bend in the knee, that's okay too. We're just going to get this nice stretch in our hamstrings to kind of stretch our muscles out before we use them. Good. And then we're going to roll up, and we're going to do some seated cat-cows. So in your chair or from the floor, and I'm actually going to come bring my feet to butterfly position. And you can do this from your chair as well if you want to have my feet together. And we're going to arch our back and drop our head, hug the tree. And then we're going to let that go back to neutral, and then we're going to unravel the other way. Open up the heart, pull the shoulder blades back, drop the shoulders down. Take a deep breath in and make some space. Give the spine some love. There's a lot of things that happen neurologically and all kinds of things in our spine area. Relax. Let's do that again. Arch the back, drop the head, curl the spine. And then come back to neutral, and then we're going to unfurl the other way. Open the heart, pull the shoulder blades back, drop the shoulders down. Take a deep breath in and make some space, and then let it out. Great job. We're going to rise up to our feet. And we're going to get in a standing position. So standing up nice and tall, a lot of things happen. As we age, we can slouch. Our shoulders will come down. It can be for a lot of different reasons. And we just want to make sure that we are checking in with that and kind of fighting gravity a little bit, because we have a fight with gravity. So in standing, we're also going to pick our toes up, and then we're going to drop them back down, and we're going to perch our toes, push those toes into the mat like a bird, and then release them. Good. Let's do it one more time. Lift the toes, plant them down, and then perch the mat like a bird, and then release them. Good. With the shoulder blades, we're going to take them up, back, down, and we're going to relax here just for a couple breaths in this posture. I call this kind of Super Marvel Hero pose. We'll take a deep breath, belly breath in. Use our diaphragm area. It's underworked sometimes. Blow it out. Do it again. And then blow it out. Good. And relax. Nice work. So when we're standing in line at the grocery store, when we're sitting in a driving seat, it's always can be nice to check in with our posture, because we can stoop. Just fight those muscles and stretch those muscles out where we're stooping. Pull the shoulder blades back, kind of like they told us to carry the books on top of our head. You know, to do that, we got to be standing up nice and tall. All right. Let's do some conduct the choirs. This is going to help us with our joint mobility and our shoulders. I see a lot of my elderly customers losing joint mobility or losing mobility to reach overhead. And that's not something that we want to do. We want to keep our mobility as long as we can. So we're going to just conduct the choir. You're going to swoop down kind of like you're skiing. And then you bring the arms overhead and conduct the choir. And then come back down. Ski. Arms overhead, conduct the choir. Ski. Good. Let's do it a couple more times. Down. Good. Nice. We're going to do another thing called knocking on heaven's door. I think that I've heard this as a Tai Chi type thing. I'm not sure. Where you make a fist and you're just going to twist at your hip and then let the arms swing. Let them hang like chains. You're not really controlling them. You're just swinging from the hips and letting the arms do what they do, what they will. No. This will help our lymph flow. When we hit or touch a part of our body, it helps the body, tells the body to drain. It helps the body drain. We have a lymph system in our body that drains all the bad fluid out, or the used, water that's not useful to the heart anymore. So it drains it out, and it helps when we do that. So that's why you'll see some people say to pat. I'll just go ahead and do that. We'll do it right here. Go ahead and pat the top of the legs, back of the legs. The hips Our groin area has lymph nodes. Behind the knees have lymph nodes. The belly, right here, big area in the belly, solar plexus area. Chest, top of the shoulders, the arms. And it doesn't have to be hard patting. It's just the face, the rubbing. Sometimes maybe when we're exhausted and we rub our face, that's why. Good. Let's practice a chair sit because you'll see this evening in our practice. So we have our chair right here, and this is a way we can do it. We can all just do it with the chair. You're going to bring your legs hip width apart, and you're going to bring your arms up, and you're going to sit it back in the chair. So you're just going to sit down in the chair, and when you come down, you're controlling that come down nice and slow, and kind of keeping the legs engaged, and then coming back up. And then you're going to find a place that you can come down and feel the stretch and the strength happening. It may be lower or higher for some people. I also encourage you when you're doing this one to try to keep the chest up as much as you can. And if you're working on this, you may be leaning into it. But a good yoga teacher taught me to put a hand on belly, hand to the low back, tilt the pelvis up. And that will really get into the parts of the legs that we're trying to work. It'll also protect your low back, which is a big thing. Good. Let's take a deep breath in. And let's come up. Good job. So we have our chair sit. And you'll see that in a couple variations. We'll have our legs wide, and then I'll tell you to zip your legs up for chair. Okay. And then with our arms, when we're in our chair pose, I'm going to encourage you to be relaxed, but also to explore bringing the biceps closer to the ears. This is going to engage the muscles in the back, and it's also going to stretch some areas. So let's try that together a little bit. Just bring them, if you have them like a C shape, we just have them out. Bring them straight and then bring them kind of close to the ears. They don't have to touch, they don't have to be as close as mine, but just feel that engagement in the back. So we want to kind of feel that a little bit, if you will. And now we're going to come to star. I like this one, it gets the belly involved, so we're going to make it ourselves a big star, because you are a star. And you want to think of the belly button. You're falling toward earth, and the belly button is the first thing coming. So push that belly button forward. Reach the arms and hands. Wiggle the fingers. Makes joint juice. Let's take a deep breath in together. Make some space and then release. We're going to release in a sumo squat. So the feet are turned out and we're going to come down into our legs. We'll warm up our biceps. So the left hand comes out on the top. You're just going to press down gently. And then press up using your own body weight. Good. Now we're going to flip it around. Right hand comes here. Left hand on top, reach and pull it up and then down using your own body weight for weights. Good. And then we're going to come up. Nice work. We'll heel toe together. So let's put all that together to make a flow. So that's kind of what a flow is. If you've never been to a yoga class, you put different moves together and you flow through them. So we're going to start with what we started with our mountain. I call it mountain. It's called that in yoga. So you're going to stand up nice and tall. Find a place to work. It could be with stillness. You could make this kind of a passive, I'm here. This is how I start off. And then as you grow it, you may want to cactus the arms open and pull the shoulder blades back. Stand up nice and tall. Think of the length in the spine as well. Good. And we're going to move to our conduct the choir. So we're just going to do that one time. We're going to sweep the arms down and then up, conduct the choir. And then we're going to come right into our knocking on heaven's door. We're going to swing at the hip, just for a couple times. Good. And now we're going to come back into our chair, sit. We have our chair here. We're going to sit it back in that chair. Legs are about hip width apart. Remembering our arms. Kind of think of pulling the biceps close. Take a deep breath in and make some space. And then we'll come up. And then we'll come into star, reaching out, pushing the belly button forward. We'll take a couple deep breaths. A wiggle of the fingers. Good, and we'll drop into sumo squat. Left hand on bottom, right on top. A little squeeze here, a little static holding your muscle. Show me your bicep. Show me your beautiful biceps and your guns. Relax the shoulders down away from the ears. Good. Right hand on the bottom, left on top, same thing. Show me that nice right bicep. Press both hands together. Maybe sink a little bit lower in the legs here. And then we're going to heel toe together. Great job. We're going to go through some warriors now with the legs, lots of fun. This is a nice one to have the chair kind of by you if you need it for some support. If lunges kind of make you feel a little uneasy, you don't know if you're doing them properly, or maybe you have an injury, it's nice to have a chair for that support. So we're going to start with a runner's lunge. And in yoga they call it a crescent lunge as well. So we're going to take and step the right foot forward, left foot steps back. You are up on the toe in the back. And then we're going to just gently, hey, you can come in. You just got to sit over here in the corner. And then we're going to tilt that pelvis forward a little bit, and we're going to just drop down just a wee little bit and explore the shape. We're going to bring the arms up. If you have the chair with one hand, that's just one arm that you're bringing up. And then you're going to pull the shoulder blades back, sink a little bit lower in it, and then open your gaze to the ceiling. It's a big move. Good. And then come up. We'll step together. Nice work. So yeah, that is kind of a crescent lunge. Runner's lunge. I'm going to show you a lot of tricks with this one, so when it comes up again, you can use this at the gym or when you're doing your runner's lunges. So the good thing about runner's lunge is the great place to start is railroad tracks. Think of each leg having its own railroad track. Okay, this is a great place to kind of set yourself up. Your top body weight is kind of being supported. Both legs are supporting it. And I can show you this better by turning sideways. Okay, so both legs are supporting that top body weight. Some people like to go really deep in their lunges, so like 45 and 45 with the legs. That's fine. That's okay. You can also get a lot out of this by exploring it first and not coming so deep. So we're in that runner's lunge stance. If you're working on a balance, what you can do is actually take that leg behind and actually put that leg kind of closer to that other railroad track. So that's another option, just a different option. And it also, as you do that, it will make you work on your balance a bit, even if you're holding the chair. So that's just some ideas, and we'll build on to that as we go. I'm going to switch this chair around to the other side, and we're going to even it out, because what we do on one side, we do on the other to even it out. So left foot's going to step forward this time. Got my chair here, the right foot steps back, that heel comes up. I want to tilt my pelvis under just a little bit. I want you to protect that knee though. So if that means making your stance less wide and bringing that knee closer, I want you to do that. But if you need a deeper, you know to step back and tilt that pelvis under, drop into that. So let's take some little small movements into that lunge right here. Just little small dips down. We have our heel up in the back. Good. The top body weight supported by both legs. Good. Good job. Now we're going to do a crescent lunge. So this is the one you'll see in yoga. So we're going to drop down into those legs. Remember, both legs can have their own railroad track. This is a great place to learn and be. If you're working on your balance and you want, you can bring that leg closer to the other. Okay, and so we're going to dip down into that crescent. We're taking our elbows up. If you have your hand on one, that's fine. You have that one arm up. You're going to open the heart space to the top and take a look up. Take a breath in. And then release it. And we step together. Great job. Great job. We're going to swing it around town. Good thing about these big muscles in our legs, you feel your heart rate going up, kind of getting cultivating some heat. That's what we want. Our muscles need blood flow. So that's what we want. So now we're going to go into warriors. And this is what we're called in yoga. So you're going to take your right foot forward. We have our chair here if we need that for a prop. If it makes you feel like you need that, that's there. Right foot forward, left foot stepping back. We're going to come to warrior one. So again, both legs have the railroad tracks. This back leg is going to turn, the foot is going to turn out just a little bit. Okay? So the heel's up, but then you turn that foot out and the heel kind of comes down here. So your foot looks like this and this foot's straight. So now we're in warrior one. In warrior one, this is great for digest. The rest of the digest here. So we're going to plant our legs. Think of the top body as being a separate entity. I want you to soften through your knees, which means really plant through your feet, be strong in the legs, move from your core, and I want you to just kind of gently twist to the front here. And once we're there, it's a big move. I'm going to relax the shoulders, take a deep breath in, and then let it out. We're going to do that 2 more times. This is really going to help this area. Breath in, and then let it out. We're going to do it 1 more time. Maybe you find a little bit more of room. Deep breath in. Let's try to fill our belly up with this one. It may feel awkward. Deep breath in through the mouth. Fill the belly up like a balloon. And release. Good job. And we're going to roll it on to center together. Good. And we'll come to the other side. So warrior one on the left side now. So left foot comes forward, right foot steps back. Remember, we have those railroad tracks. That back foot turns out just a little bit. Both knees have a little bit of room and play. A little bit of room. And really listen to your body. If you are looking at me and like, I got to get that, listen to your body. Okay, listen to what your body tells you. Your body will speak to you. So the legs are heavy here. We're planting them. It goes down to the bottom of the ocean, boom, the legs plant. The top body is a floating, floating a little bit because it's higher in the water. So you're going to move from the waist forward. Okay, and there we go, right there. It's a big move. You got it. And taking those big, beautiful breaths your body takes. If your body is slowing the breath down and you start feeling that breath like moving with your body, it's actually a phenomena. So your body kind of is like, oh, it's kind of like, I like this, and we'll start breathing deeper to kind of utilize getting the oxygen and getting what your body needs for what you're doing, which is really cool. Good. Let's take a breath in deep here and then release it. We'll do 1 more. We're going to try a belly breath here, filling up our belly like a balloon. If it helps to put the hands to the stomach, you can. Here we go. And release. Good. This will help us use our diaphragm area. It's kind of underused. Good. And we're going to step together. Nice work. explore those warrior ones again. We're just going to kind of be a little more freer with it now. You've done it with me, and so now there's a little more freedom. Right foot steps forward, left foot steps back. Railroad tracks, turn that foot out. We have our hand here. If you want to take your hand off of that, you can too. Now we're going to ride the wave. We have softness in both knees. I'm turning my torso to the front, and we're going to ride the wave. So that means I can shift my weight around, just kind of play around with this. The things that we can do. I know this is a lot of info, but it helped me so much when I learned this. So you can squeeze the hips. So first of all, that energy that's connecting you with that mat energy, that energy between your feet, and you're going to plant the heaviness in your legs and then squeeze those thighs together as you push your feet down into the mat. Okay? And then release it. Ride the wave. Press, squeeze it together, and then release it. Good, a little bit one more time. Squeeze the legs together, the thigh area, and then release it and ride the wave. Great job. Another thing we can do is the heels of the feet, you kind of pull them together. So you pull that energy up from the floor and pull those heels together. Big move. And then release it out. Let's do that a couple more times. Pull the heels together, squeeze, and then let's check in with our core. Make sure we're still turning to the front. We can come out of it a little bit. A lot of information. And then pull those feet together. Pull that energy from the floor, the heels toward each other, and then ride the wave. Nice work. And then we're going to come together. Together. Good. Other side. And come around. Have some freedom on this side now too. We found our surfboard. Left foot comes forward, right foot comes back. Both feet on the railroad tracks, and then that foot turns out just a little bit. Both knees are soft. Core turn here. We're going to ride the wave. So just exploring. Your body will take you places. It's okay to veer off the track too. If you're doing a move and you're like, I'm just not getting into that move, or your body says do this or that, that's the beauty of this type of workout. You know, here we go. We're going to squeeze the thighs together. Where that big energy that is the weight of your legs planted to the floor, planted strong. Now we're squeezing the thighs together. Make sure you're keeping the knees soft so you don't injure any knee joints. And then release it. Ride the wave. Turn our torso back, keeping it forward. It's a piece of work. It's kind of like wringing a rag out. Keep the torso forward, and we're going to squeeze the legs together. Ride the wave now. Let it go. Good. We're going to do that one more time. Squeeze the legs together. And then release. Good. Little movements back and forth. Now we're going to pull those heels together. So that beautiful energy that is the ocean, you're pulling that through your legs, and you're going to pull those heels toward each other for a contraction, and then sink and release it into the ocean. I'm going to turn my torso back forward because it's coming out of it. We're going to pull that beautiful energy up. Pull the heels toward each other. Keep the core forward. And then release it. Nice work. And we're going to come together to the top. Good job. So we're going to bring this around. And this can be in kind of the front. And we're going to blast off for some Warrior 3. This one's a lot of fun. But first, let's come from a down dog. And we're going to do this one with our chair. If you prefer the floor and you know your down dog from the floor, you go for it. So we have our hands on the chair here. And we are going to stick our booty back and up. And we're just going to drop our head through that hole in our arms. Yep, just sink back, dropping our booty back and up, working the top body toward the top legs at your own pace. If you have a shoulder injury or this is bothering your shoulders, you can also take and come here like this. Sometimes that extension of the arms in that downward dog form can be a bit much. Good, and we're going to come up out of it, and we're going to blast off into Warrior 3. So Warrior 3 is, you're going to stand nice and tall, both knees have some softness, and you're going to lift the left foot up, and you're going to hinge at the hip. So we're hinging right there at the hip. And there's some different ways we can do this, because we all have different bodies and abilities and flexibility. So a good way to practice this one is by being strong in this leg and then just tilting forward at the hip and then having the toe tripoded. So I have my toe down on the floor. This is getting into our backside. This is like doing a deadlift. If you were at the gym seeing people do those deadlifts, this is getting into that same area in a yoga-like move. So the next move would be to lift. You're kind of just tilting, kind of like one of those little cuckoo bird things that drinks. You're tilting right there, hinging at the hip. Okay. And not so much as concerned about how high you bring your leg, but as your form and control and your breath. And if you're like really strong in your legs and you're confident and you want your arms want to do something, you can bring them to Superman or to your ears. This will give more resistance as well. If you're up in at the top and you need more resistance, bringing these arms out by the ears or even whoop, Supermaning is gonna just cause you to work harder. Good. And then we're gonna drop it down, explore it for a couple more seconds. Great job. Just hinging right there at the hip. Good. And then we're going to come to the other side. We're going to swing it around. Now we're going to be hinging forward. Our right leg's going to lift up just a little bit. And then we're going to be hinging forward with this right leg lifting. Toe can be tripoded. This is a great start here. You're working those muscles in the back of the legs. We can hinge forward, keeping that hip down toward the floor. And then we also have our chair here if we need it. We can also add some resistance if we want to, or think we need to. Play around with it. Loosen our banjo string legs. They can get like a banjo string tight. Good. Great job. Explore it for a couple more seconds. And nice. And come up. Great work. Let's come to a firefly. And this is going to look different for everyone. Maybe some of us may look similar. So we can either hover the leg or we can bring the knee down. So I'm going to show you the knee drop down first. So you're going to step the right foot forward, left foot back, and we're actually coming down into a lunge. We're going to lunge all the way down and bring the knee down. This is one of the first options. You're going to take your toes down and back of the foot is on the mat. You're going to push through the leg on the mat and the foot. And then you're going to lean forward just a little bit. Left hand comes down and the right arm comes up. Okay, so we have this nice twist. Good. You guys that may not be coming down, maybe you have a knee injury or that's not an option, you're going to just come to our runner's lunge, right leg forward, left leg back. You're going to come down just a wee little bit. You're going to lean forward. Your left hand's going to come down and your right arm's going to come up. It's a big move. Good. can explore the shape a little bit longer. A couple seconds. This is getting into that twist into our core a little bit more. Good. We're going to come out of it. Meet back at the top and the mat. Good. And now we're going to even it out. So now our right foot's going to step forward and left foot steps back. If you're coming to the floor, you come into the floor, undo that toe. Oh, I'm sorry. Left foot forward. Left foot steps forward, right foot steps back. Bringing that knee down nice and slow, or not if you're staying up off of the floor. Pushing into those legs and the heel that's on the floor. You're going to reach for the floor and twist. If you're up, standing, you're dropping into that lunge just a wee little bit and doing this twist. And even if the arms feel strange out, you can bring them closer to you to twist. You don't have to feel like you have to. If you're learning this, be gentle with yourself, your body. A couple more seconds, exploring the shape. Good. And we're going to come up. Nice work. Grab some water. Grab some water. Grab some water. Go over what we're going to do next. Hey, you guys and gals. We're going to do some tricep stuff. So this muscle back here, behind our bicep. And we're going to do this from the floor or with our chair. So I'll show you the floor first. Tricep crab. You're on the floor. Your hands are going to come behind. And a couple different options. If you would like, you can just work right here. See how I'm bending and leaning back into my elbows and then straightening out and pushing my chest up? That's exactly what you want here. If you want some more resistance and need more resistance, you can lift the bottom up as well when you come up and then down. Lift and then down. Just want that little elbow bend. Okay. If you guys go ahead and start doing the tricep presses. If you're in the chair, you can do these a couple different ways. You can grab the chair, little bend in the elbow, and then you straighten your arms out and then drop them down, straighten them out and then drop them down, straighten and drop them down. You can also, if you feel comfortable, you can bring your bottom off and do a dip. You will. You got it. Great. Let's do a couple more and we're going to do 2 more sets of these. I know. It's like, what? Nice. We'll come into our chair. And you guys go ahead. If you're on the floor, you can do it there too. You're going to cross the left leg over the right. This is going to help us stretch the legs a little bit more. If you have a hard time getting that leg over because of a knee injury, you can always take this leg kind of like this over the top of this leg. Move that leg out a little bit more. You got it. You guys already know what to do. Good. If you're on the floor and you need more, or in the chair you can dip forward. It's going to make this a little bit more deeper. On the floor, you can roll on the back to happy baby and pull the leg towards your chest. Okay. I want you to just wiggle your toes here and point and flex your foot, your ankle joint. Wiggle the feet and toes. They all do a lot for us. Wiggle. Every time we wiggle our joints, we get joint juice that helps our joints. Good. and then release. Let's do our second set of triceps. So choose where you'd like to be. I think I'm going to go with the chair. Actually, I'm going to go to the floor. I want to get my booty as well in there. So when you're going from the chair, you are getting the booty. You're just getting a little bit more, I think, from the floor. So let's go ahead. We got 30 seconds here. Little dip in the elbows, lift up, and then down. Good, and release. We're going to come back to that stretch. So from the chair or the floor, you're taking that right leg and then you're wrapping it over the left. Same thing if you're in the chair. Stretching this hip and IT band area. I'm going to go ahead and point my toes and flex my feet as well. Good. And down. And now we have that last set of triceps. So we got 30 seconds right here. Hands behind. And here we go. Up and down. You can work through it. You can do this. Why do we want muscle? Muscle does so many amazing things. Like while you sleep, it burns the fats in your body and the things that need to be, it's just the synergies, and muscles are, it's also like a challenging thing. And I don't know if you're like me, I like challenges, and growing muscle has been one of the most challenging things in my life I've ever done. And whether you're a man or a woman, whatever, it is a challenge to build muscle and grow muscle and try to be healthy. Good. And release. We're going to get into our core a little bit, but before we do that, let's get into our biceps. I want you to really work on your biceps here. So what we're going to do here is we're going to come into our chair, and you guys can come from the floor as well. If you're sitting, you're just going to grab the back of the legs. And this is a great move. It's simple. It's pretty simple. It's nice to have weights, but when you don't have them, you can utilize other things. Rocks, grocery bags. Grocery bags count for those formula carries. So here we are, grabbing the back of the legs. And we're going to pull our top body toward our legs. Okay? You're pulling, you're using your hands and you're flexing, you're pulling your body weight, okay? And I just want you to pull and do a static hold right here. Show me your beautiful guns that you got. You may kind of twitch and you may like shiver with the muscle, and that's okay as long as there's not sharp pain and you're keeping your breath with you. Good. And take a deep breath in and out. A couple more breaths. And out. Good. One more breath in and out. Good. And release. Great. Now we're going to do a concentration curl. So in your chair, and if you're on the floor, it's going to be different. I've never done a quick concentration curl from the floor, but you're going to lean forward. Your left arm is your left elbow is going to come into your leg and your hip here just a little bit, and you're going to really concentrate on that bicep curl. Okay, So this means you might put a little bit more push into it. This one's going to really make your muscle probably twitch, but that's okay. I want you to really show off your Schwarzenegger guns. Don't break your arm off, but work hard. Up on the up and on the down. Let's do it. Push and push. Push and push. Good. 4 more. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. Nice work. Nice work. Go ahead and open the palms and then close. Good. Up. Good. Nice. Now we have our right side. So we're tucking our elbow in. Leaning forward a little bit. We have that right side. We're bringing that left hand on top and your gun. Right up and on the down. Bring it. Push it to the chest here. Good. 4 more. Working kind of, not breaking your arm off, but you're pushing hard on the down and on the up. 3, 2, and 1. Good job. Nice work. Nice job. Let's do one more set of the bicep curls behind the legs. We're going to do a 30-second static hold, and then you'll be done with your biceps. All right, for today. Good. So we're going to take legs hip width apart, hands behind the legs, and then we're going to pull those legs toward the chest. So a lot of times people want to know how you do what you're doing, how many times do you strength train? When do you strength train? What day? It varies for me. Like, I usually strength train twice a week. If I'm doing something that's requiring muscle tearing or growth or pressing a muscle, if I feel like I've really worked a muscle to where it's sore and it's like, oh yeah, I felt that, and I will give that muscle a couple days because it needs time to repair and do that. So that's just what I do. So I believe the cardio is very important, at least once. Cardio, getting the heart where you're huffing, puffing, and your blood's going, your chest is, I feel like that is so important. I feel like that's something we lack in American. So the cardio, even if it's like 5 minutes before bed, even if it's 5 minutes a day, getting that heart rate and blood flow moving to break up clots, to move things through, I think it's just so important. So we're going to go to, let me check our time. So we have cultivated some nice heat. Let's get into our core a little bit, and we're going to do this from the chair. You can also do it from the floor. You guys can do a chair sit from the floor if you'd like. I can't see very well. So I have my chair here. I'm leaning back. Okay. And this is where we're going to start. We're checking in. We are leaning back a little bit. We're checking in with our core. Go ahead and take and feel that core working. So your fingertips here, you're pressing. You have that core engaged right here. So when we're leaning back, that core's engaged. Top of our legs are also engaged a little bit. We're going to just alternate lifting our feet, one leg and then the other. If you're on the floor, this is the same thing. You're kind of in boat pose. So lift, lift, lift. Good. Now watch the change. we're going to row our boat, okay? So bringing the elbow behind one side and then to the other, behind, as we cultivate the heat in our core. I don't want you to give up. It can get kind of overwhelming, but right here at the end of practice, we're getting into our core area kind of quick. I want you to just kind of hang with it, nice and slow and steady, back and forth. Good. Now we're going to alternate elbow to leg, the knee. So you're leaning back a little bit. You're going to bring the left elbow toward left, or right elbow toward left knee, left elbow toward right knee. You got it. This is going to get into our oblique area a little bit. Also get some of that tension out of that area, because when your side body gets tight, that gets tight too. If you're a side sleeper and you deal with the world's negative energy all the time, you're going to have that sore and tightness, and we need to get that out. So, good. Good. Static hold right here. I want you to dig deep. We're only here for 10 more seconds. Open the heart space just a little bit. Pull the shoulder blades back. Good. And come up. Nice work. We're going to stand up. We're going to do another thing that's good for our core. Your hands are going to come down by your side body, and we're going to curtsy. We're keeping the, it's hard to explain this one a little bit. This is kind of like where the legs and the core are separate entities. Your arms are out, and you're moving from your core. Okay, just like when we were doing the warriors, and I told you the legs are heavy and you're moving there. Same thing here. It's almost like this is a dancer's pose. You are moving right from your core area. Okay, so to the left, and then we're going to move to the right. Okay, now we're going to come to center, hugging the tree. Same thing. 2, 3, and over to the right. 1, 2, 3. Now we're going to go up. Same thing. Move from the core and to the right. 1, 2, 3. And we're going to come back to center. 1, 2, 3. Plant the heels nice and strong, moving from the core. Think of the shoulder blades being nice and strong forward, and you'll start to feel this contraction in the abs. Now to the left. 1, 2, 3. To the right. 1, 2, 3. Good. We're going to do a few more of these up in the center. Going to add a little bit of speed, not a whole lot, but just a little bit of speed here. 3, 3, 1. Center. Good. And now we're going to make these singles. So to the center for 1, the bottom for 1, center for 1, and the top. Good. Only a few more. And great job. We're going to find a seated position. And we're going to do a little bit of breath work together. And in this position, just get to a position that you feel comfortable with, one that you kind of, your body's craving. You can lay down on the floor. It can be on the bed. It can be Shavasana. It's called Shavasana, I guess. And I'm not sure exactly, I'm not a licensed yoga teacher. I've just taken so many great classes with great teachers. I know Shavasana is that final resting pose where you kind of like take in your practice, what you did. So that can be on the back. I like doing it on my belly. But right now, before we do that, we're going to do breath work. And sitting like this is my favorite feeling. I like sitting cross-legged. I think I have Indian heritage somewhere because I sit like this and I love it. So find a place to sit and just get comfortable. And I want you to relax the shoulders away from the ears. And we're going to draw a box with our breath. Resetting our parasympathetic nervous system can be powerful. We just did that a little bit by the movement and allowing the breath to catch up. But when you stop, and the first thing is we're going to recognize our breath. What is our breath doing? So I want you to just take like about 30 seconds to just sit still. And I just want you to notice your breath and notice how it's moving. My breath is shallow. I tend to breathe shallowly. I like to be peaceful. I think that's a great thing. It helps with stress levels and your heart conditions and stuff like that. I also believe that I need to breathe deeper sometimes, and my body will nudge me when I need to. Sometimes if you're tired, your body will sigh like your body wants to reset. So I've noticed my breath. My breath is shallow, and that's cool. So that's the only thing we were doing is noticing our breath, but now we're going to take control of our breath. So that breath, when you were noticing that breath, you really weren't trying to control it. Your body was doing what it does. Your body breathes, But when we're doing this breath work together, you are taking control of it, and it's powerful. Your body will jolt your nervous system. It helps. So I used to think it was hokey, y'all. I did, until I went to a breathwork session. And if I suggest that you do if you have a chance, it was the most amazing experience ever. So we're going to do a box breath together. This is a breath into the nose for 4 count. Breathe into the nose. Hold that breath. 3, 2, 1. Exhale the breath. Hold the exhale. Good, and we just drew that box. We're going to take a natural breath, and we'll do that again. Okay, this is a great breath to do if you have anxiety. Here we go. Breathe in through the nose. Oh, hey, Milky Way, and hold it. This is Milky Way. She's a very, very sweet girl. And then release it. Then hold the release. Good. Another breath that you can do if you get white coat syndrome and the doctors and your blood pressure shoots up because it happens because the doctor does that, is this one. My dentist showed me this one. It's a quick breath in through the nose and then a deep breath for 3 seconds. Hold for 3 seconds at the top. And then you release it. Good. I'll show you again. We'll do it again. Quick breath into the nose. Then a 3-second inhale. Hold it for 3. And release. Great work. We are out of time. You guys did a super job. Great job. Great job. I'm so proud of you. It's so hard to build muscle and be healthy, and I'm so proud of you. And it's a we thing, you guys. I'm big on the me. I'm strong, and we are strong. We are strong human beings. God made us strong. But there's a time when you need each other. We need each other. And I have to be reminded of that. Sometimes when you're in that pull-up, if you have just that little extra, that friend giving you that assist, it will help you break through the muscle to build the muscle that you want. And there's going to be times where you feel alone and you feel like it's you. I have a verse that's, greater is he that's in me than out in the world, because you know lately the world is crazy. But we have to do both of those things. It's a we, but we also remember that I am, but I need him too, and that can be a we thing. Compassion can be foreign to us, and we have to let God help us and ask for help, and that's hard sometimes, but he helps us do that. So you did great. See you next time. Please share this with a friend. If it helps you, please share it with somebody.